Oh my God, so many weird things happen at tattoo shops. I asked my mom how to handle it. My mom was like, oh, I'll do it. I was like, no, mom, because I feel weird that my mom had to come in here and talk to somebody about a hygiene issue. I was not fucking around. I was like, I'm not going to do this. But I also knew I was not going to tattoo out of my house. Absolutely not. No blood on my carpet. No, thank you. My name is Oba Jackson. I own Push Tattoo Studios in Wilmington, Delaware. I have been tattooing for 8 years and I have owned this shop for 7. My idea in my head was to stay at the shop that I originally started at. I love my mentor. I wanted to help the shop owner and then develop the shop and then be like, can we become partners in here or a buy-in or something like that? Coming from a management background, I started to notice that some things weren't quite the way that I felt like they should be. And being at that big age when I started tattooing, which was like 31, I just was like, something's not right here. I like did all the math or the things that I was providing. And then I looked at what was supposed to be provided for me and I was like, So what I did was I worked in a private studio for 3 months. I saved up enough money and I got a little tiny space around the corner from here. And that was my first shop. It was 800 square feet. That's how I started. Our shop was so small, like we literally had like probably a waiting area as big as this couch is, and people would literally just be smashed in there. So I made sure that when we moved into this bigger space, we had a place where people could be comfortable if they wanted to wait or if they were waiting. We also had a place where people could hang out if they needed to take a break from their tattoo and eat. I just wanted to make sure that it was like a comfortable environment for everybody involved, the tattooers and the clients. At first, I hired people that I liked, people that I knew, and then I learned that these people that I like and know aren't the hardest working people. They're not going to match my energy. I got Anna. Anna worked like I did. Anna did not fuck around. And Anna was like, I'm a tattoo artist. I'm gonna be in here tattooing because if I was home, I would be making $0 there. And I was like, Anna, we got the same energy. Okay, me and her by ourselves in there killing it. During the pandemic, we had just moved like the month before everything shut down. I had just gotten this space. It wasn't this big. Right before everything opened back up, I came in here, I whirlwind, tried to get everything together, and we opened on like the 9th of June. So 4 years in this space, and then 2 years with that extra piece there. Once you rent a commercial space from somebody, everything in this commercial space becomes your responsibility. I think the air conditioner broke like literally like a couple of months after we got here, and I had to pay for the full air conditioner to be fixed myself. The ceiling was leaking. It was just like a bunch of little things like that. So dealing with being a renter, but then also an owner of a space, because like you feel like a renter, but you really own this space. Like all of this is your responsibility. So if the toilet breaks, if the lights don't work, if something goes out, all of that shit is your responsibility. I went into this with the idea that I was a manager at places and I had managed a team of 37 people. Managing a team is one thing, owning a business is a completely other thing. As a manager, you already had somebody there to give you the infrastructure that you need to develop your teams, to keep your team motivated and all that stuff. There were no tools here. And I didn't come from a shop that had tools, so I didn't know how to integrate the tools that I learned from retail into this environment. As I've grown working with these people more, I've learned that some of those tools that I did learn in retail are really useful here. And then there are other set of tools that I needed to learn for a tattooer. I have to have a lot of career versus job conversations. In the environment that I worked in before, I didn't have to motivate people to sell things because they knew that that directly affected their pockets. But in tattooing, for some reason, people don't understand that this is a career versus a job. But if you really picture everything into this, it can pay for your lifestyle, your kids' lifestyle, and their kids' lifestyle if you really want to work for it. But a lot of people don't want to work for it. I'll see these people who go from shops and they leave their shop and they like, oh, I was treated so horribly, open a shop and then treat their people horribly too. And I'll be like, if you didn't like when you were being treated that way, why would you treat anybody that way now? I don't think people are trash. I don't throw people away. I'm gonna try to teach you as long as I possibly can until I can. So that's the kind of leader I think that everybody who owns a shop should be. I'm interested in you. I'm interested in your life, but I'm also going to develop you into a person. And I'm going to be mean to you sometimes. You're gonna feel like I'm being mean to you. If you are a person who isn't ready to be developed, you don't know what somebody developing you looks like or what somebody bullying you look like. Make sure people know you're developing them and not bullying them. It's a fine line, and if somebody's not ready to be developed, it can look like bullying. I don't want to ever call myself, I'm not their boss. Being in a leadership role is that I work really, really hard for people because I think that people are going to put in the same energy into things that I do. And I've learned over the couple of years that I can't expect people to work like me. Before I would care about people's personal life, I would make sure like everybody's okay. I'm like, are you eating? Do you have a comfortable place to sleep? Are you living in a good environment? Is your boyfriend doing anything crazy to you? I learned that I had to step away from them a lot as a friend to develop them into good workers. Somebody got a car that ain't working, I'm gonna help them get it fixed so they can get to work. But I'm not going to be in their personal life and do all those things. I'm here to develop you as an artist and as a leader in this place. If you are a person that can be a leader and even coach somebody older than you, because a lot of people who are older than you don't want to be coached by you if you're younger. One of my guys here now are the same age. I thought I was gonna have a hard time coaching them, but I don't. Like, I coached so many people before them, and I coached people who were in their 60s. I didn't have a hard time with that, but you gotta make sure that you are a stand-up person too. Make sure that you have integrity. I think integrity is the biggest thing that I worry about here, because so many people throw that shit out the window as soon as they can. I stand on what I stand on, all 10 toes down, and I always have. So make sure that you are a stand-up person, and make sure that you are going to treat people the way you wanted to be treated when you were an artist in a shop.